Yo, YouTube, it's your man, Knockdown Boxing Sports and Entertainment. Back at you again with another video. Hit that like, hit the subscribe on your way in, hit the notification bell on your way out for videos in the future. Plus, share this joint, man. Help your brother out. Now, I want to pose a question, and it goes back to the Errol Spence Jr. versus Terrence Crawford, post-fight, situation, everything that we talked about leading up to the fight, etc. Now, I want to pose this question to everybody. Did the PBC, Stephen Espinoza, Showtime, Al Heyman, etc., did they set or sabotage Errol Spence Jr. in this whole thing? Because we know that the big wigs, they didn't want this fight. That's out there. We know this. Errol Spence really wanted this fight. And looking at what happened leading up to the fight, the stall. Now, some of that was Bud's fault. But was it all Bud's fault? Looking back on it, no. And the reason why I say that is because after Errol Spence Jr. called out Terrence Crawford after he defeated Urbanus Ugas last April, why couldn't they have gave Bud a guarantee? Because that's really all he wanted was a guarantee. No, he was saying 50-50, but I think he would have bent, 55-45, 60-40 with some money on the back end, however that business went. But I think all he was really looking for was a guarantee. So why couldn't they have gave them each a $5, $6, $7 million guarantee? Because we know, looking back, that they were throwing out all type of offers to Canelo Alvarez for big money. Big money. So with that being said, to me, it looks like they helped in the sabotage of Errol Spence Jr. Because I think had they gave, or proposed a $5 to $6 million guarantee for both fighters, even maybe a $3 million, and then other business to get settled, I think Bud would have took the fight. I think he would have took it. And we would have had this fight last summer instead of this summer. And I think it would have been a much more competitive fight. Not saying not saying Bud still wouldn't have won, but I thought it would have been a more competitive fight. So I think Showtime, the PBC, Stephen Espinoza aided in the drawing out of the negotiations. I think they sabotaged Errol Spence because that was the longer that went on, the longer he was out, the more he was drained or whatever, the more he became rusty, etc., etc. Because we know, they really wanted him to fight Keith Thurman, and he was adamant that he wasn't going to fight Keith Thurman. So I think I'm just, thinking, putting it out there, is that they were helping dragging it out so that he can just say forget it and walk away from the negotiations and just go and fight Keith Thurman. So not just Bud had a play in the stall, but the PBC, Showtime, Stephen Espinoza, all of them played a part in it. And in the end, it hurt Errol Spence Jr. because they kept him out the ring for 15 months. Trying to make that weight, draining themselves for that long, when they could have just said, look, we're going to give you this money now, Bud. We're going to give you $10 million now. It's not like they didn't have that guarantee to give Bud back then. I don't believe that. And I don't believe that it took the Tank fight for them to say, okay, cool, let's go with it now. For the simple fact that they, like I said, they were offering Canelo Alvarez all this big money, for the past 2 years to fight. So in my opinion, I know I asked you guys the question, did the PBC, Stephen Espinoza, Al Heyman, Showtime, etc., sabotage Errol Spence Jr.? In my opinion, I think they aided in the Errol Spence Jr. being sabotaged, or weight drain, rusty, and whatever else happened. So I think the PBC, like I said, is just as to blame. More, and now looking at it more so than Bud, because Bud was just doing what he had to do to look out for himself. He played the game, and it all worked out for him. He got more money, he got all that he wanted. And like I said, I can't be mad at that now. Looking back at it, I can't be mad. It really was some whole stuff, but the PBC, the Wigs, they were even bigger hoes, because they could have, put their man in the ring with an advantage, or so that he wasn't drained, at least, so that he wouldn't be rusty, at least. They could have put him in there, and it would have been a much more competitive fight. And I think it would have did numbers there too, because it was like I said previously, it was red hot. That was a savage call out by Earl. It was an excellent performance, and the fight was, it was, like I said, it was red hot. It was ready to go. They could have made it in the summertime. It would have been a blockbuster. So, yeah, that's all I got to say on that, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comment section, man. Did the PBC, Stephen Espinoza, Showtime, etc., aid in the failure of Errol Spence Jr.? Did they sabotage Errol Spence Jr. by stalling this fight out this long? I say yes, they did. They're more to blame than Bud. I put more of the blame on them, me myself, than Bud Crawford. Because Bud is just a fighter. He got to do what he got to do to look out for his family and his pockets. So I can't be mad at that. He's been up there with them big wigs. He knows that they got money. Just like Earl knows that they got money. And they could have gave them the guarantee, back then. It probably wouldn't been as much as now. It ended up working out because they got a bigger guarantee. But, we probably would have got a more competitive fight as the fans. No matter who won. We can yeah, man, that was an excellent fight. It wouldn't have been one-sided, But anyway, that's all I got on that, man. Like I said, it's your man, Knockdown Boxing Sports and Entertainment. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace.